seconds left. I'm not thinking about it if it's 4 seconds left.
Right.
You know, I'm thinking about making sure my routine is right.
Right.
And then knocking them down.
Every great free throw shooter I've talked to can give you exquisite detail, like you just did, on their routine. How many dribbles? They can tell you when they look at the goal, when they take their eyes off, right? But I think that's what blocks out all those distractions. You're so concentrated on your routine that it blocks out people waving the balloons behind and people talking and yelling at you. Even that little voice inside that for some players is saying, oh my gosh, if you miss this, you're the GOAT. You know, it blocks that out when you're concentrating on that. I agree.
I think, you know, me concentrating on my routine, I don't have time to think about what else is going on. Because once I look at, you know, my ground, my footing, and the rim where I'm at, you know, by the time I get through with all that, I'm shooting the ball. So I don't have time to look at or think about, you know, those balloons back there or the thunder sticks or, you know, if coaches, what play we're running next. I don't have time to, you know, I mean, I'm worried about my routine and knocking these shots down. They're free. You know what I mean? I feel like if I'm going to get a free throw, just add those 2 points on the board, you know. I've played for probably 8 different coaches.
8 different coaches.
Yeah, 8 coaches.
See, I think there are skills there that can't be learned on the floor that affects whether a player plays or doesn't play, and that it's a people skill thing. It's how to handle coaches. I mean, coaches are all the time. They're going to clinics every day on how to handle players. But players aren't going to clinics on how to handle coaches. You got any thoughts about that you'd share with players about coaches, how to handle different types?
Yeah, I mean, all coaches are different. You know, that's one thing. Every coach is different. You know, some coaches are more demanding than others. Some coaches are just relentless. You know, they just won't let up. Some coaches are more easygoing. I think for me and as a point guard and as, you know, a leader, I think it's my job, you know what I mean, to see what kind of coach we have. What is he like out there? What kind of players is he like? Is he offensive minded or is he more defensive, you know, minded? Just every little detail. Because I feel like when we're out there, you know, a lot of times you're on the road, it's 20-some thousand in there. I can't hear what he's calling over there. You know what I mean? But if I know him and if we've been through some battles together, I know what he likes at this part of the game. Now I can just call it and I can just be out there coaching, you know, and I can make him feel at ease over there. So it's very important, you know, to learn your coach, and, you know, it's unbelievable to having a relationship like that and know that, you know, if things are going tough, you know, I know that he has that confidence to know that I got it, you know. I got everything under control. I got everybody where they need to be at.
Have there been times where you felt like nobody was supporting you in your basketball career, when you had to pull yourself up out of the depths to make it?
There's definitely been some dark days, man. You know, the sun doesn't shine every day. You know, my mom and my dad always taught me that, you know, that it's not always going to be glamorous, you know, and it's definitely proved to not be. You know, there's some times early in my career where, you know, I was getting traded and, you know, I had injuries that put me out for a season that it wasn't fun. You know what I mean? It wasn't fun. And this game that I grew up loving just wasn't as fun anymore, you know, and they was trying to make it where it really wasn't a game anymore. You know, it was business, it was work, you know what I mean? And I always just wanted it to just be fun, you know, and be a game. Although it was work, I wanted it to be fun, and it sometimes wasn't very fun, you know what I mean? And, you know, that's when, you know, I stayed in the gym, started going back home, playing with the guys I grew up with, you know what I mean? Just getting that love again, falling back in love with it. And, you know, after that, you know, I learned how to deal with it. So the darker days wasn't as dark anymore. You know, I learned, you know, just be able to cut it right off when you start getting a little stressed off. Just wash it off in the shower. You know what I mean? You lose a big game, wash it off. You know what I mean? Let it go. You can't get it back. So you know, I definitely learned how to deal with it. But before that, learning how to deal with it was tough.
How do you get better in the off season?
In the off season, what I do, I take some time off. I watch tape while I'm like, for instance, right now, season just ended. I'm taking time off, letting my body just recover, heal. I watch tape while I'm doing that, and I look at myself and I look at my game and I say, man, if I could have did this a little more this season, we would have been better. You know, we would have been better. I would have been better off. I think I would have made some other people a little better because of that. And then from there, I say, okay, this is what I need to work on this summer, you know. Because a lot of people, they come into the off season saying, okay, I'm gonna work on this. It's 7, 8 things. Summer's not that long. You know what I mean? The summer's not that long, especially, you know, I got 2.5 months. Really 1.5 when I start working out. So, you know, I look at the biggest thing is maybe 1 or 2 things that I know I got time, you know. Right. You got time to work on 1 or 2 things. Right. The game is very complicated. You don't have time to work on 6 or 7 things, you know, in 3 months. Right. You know, I felt like if I work on 1 or 2 things really, really hard, get comfortable enough with it where I can go to it, you know, when the season starts, as opposed to hitting 8 or 9 things, hitting it for 2, 3 days, still not being comfortable enough to use it when it's time to play. So it's about, you know, just being smart when you're training.
Right. Fundamentals sounds so boring. They did to me when I was a kid. Fundamentals, oh, I know what this means I want to be doing, you know, right? Yeah. But, you know, once you've certainly reached my age, even at your age, that's what wins. That's what gets you there. It's what keeps you in the game. It's what keeps you in the game long enough to build a game. Yeah. You know?
I agree. I mean, fundamentals is so underrated, though. You know, and you know, it's not that fun. It's not that fun. You know, I don't even know why that word is in it. Fundamentals. You know what I mean? I don't